tell you this, young man. I don't want no trouble, and I don't need no shovel. I can dig it, I can dig it. And if you don't want no old school, baby, I won't hold you. I can dig it, I can dig it. I don't want no trouble, and I don't need no shovel. I can dig it, I can dig it. And if you don't want no old school, baby, I won't hold you. I can dig it, I can dig it. Hey, come on. What's going on, Yes.
What are you doing?
A podcast.
I apologize.
You literally, I said 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's how dope I am.
Oh.
Anyways, if I might tell them that I overbooked myself and ask them to reschedule the dinner. If so, you still down to do the after
Yeah.
the shit?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye, nigga.
Bye, nigga. All right. Let's try that again. In 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Like Father, Like Son.
Like father, like son.
I'm the son,
I'm the father.
and we be like each other sometimes.
Sometimes.
You know,
I know.
every now and then.
Now and again.
All right. How you been?
Well, I've been chilling, I've been alright, been digesting what's going on in the world around us,
Phil.
and eating and going to therapy. Last day was today.
Nice,
Physical
nice.
therapy.
Hey, nothing wrong with other therapy either, but yes, physical therapy. So how's the road of physical therapy been?
It's been interesting. Like, it's improved where I was at previously, and the reason that I went. But it's also obvious that I'm going to need more than physical therapy. So I'm starting to look at my other options.
Feel that. But so with this being the last, official day or whatever, so when would the other options kick in? Or I guess you wouldn't know until you figure them out.
Well, I wouldn't know until I figured them out. I mean, I got a couple of options I can go with. And I'm probably going to go with the more extreme of the two to some folks. But, sometimes that back pain, that hip pain be keeping you from sleeping and whatnot. So,
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I don't. And I'm glad for me, sad for you. Sorry, just gotta feel that. But I think you do whatever option you choose.
Yeah.
Best for you. Sorry.
Definitely.
That. So man, let's talk about what's been going on as you put it in the world around us. So we from Seattle. We about that Seattle life. And we Russell Wilson. He has left the camp. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, get a shout out to the real Russell Wilson. You know, the Michael Jackson impersonator.
Oh yeah, I do know Russell.
Partner of mine, and it was always kind of weird to have Russell Wilson as your quarterback, and I knew the real Russell Wilson. So
why you got to be the real one? Like what? Why can't they both be real?
Well, it real because I knew him. I personally know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man, they had to let him go. I mean, they had to trade him. They had to get something better. That being said, something better. I think they got to change up their system and whatnot. And he just wasn't. He was getting beat up way too much.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was. And I think as he matured in the game, he doesn't run nearly as much.
he hasn't had to. He didn't have to for a certain period. It was like he was able to stay in the pocket and all this stuff, but that period came to a close, just like the holes, and
Yeah.
he's been getting beat up, as you said. And protect yourself first of all,
Yeah.
and if that means you got to go somewhere where they are protecting you, hey, if you still in it to play, because I'm gonna tell you what, after his first deal he got here, the first real one, what did he get, 94 million, something like that?
Yeah.
I'd have retired after my contract was up, but I'm just thinking of $94 million, and that's not real. That
Yeah.
ain't how it works.
For real.
So,
Yeah.
but okay, so we, as you put it, we didn't have enough cap space, right? If we had kept him in.
Right. We would end up paying him an unbalanced amount of the budget for his salary,
Yeah.
and there's 53 other players,
Mhm.
and they got to spread it out a little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
And it was kind of uneven now, and really that's the reason he was getting beat up, because they wasn't spending no money. They didn't have no money to spend on anybody else,
Yeah.
unless they wanted to go over the cap. You know what I mean?
What? Okay, and that's the thing. I mean, you're not allowed to go over the cap, right?
No, you're not. You're not
Okay.
because if you do, they're gonna fine you. That's gonna cost you more.
Yeah. Now, is there anybody that says, "So what? Find me all you want to. I got it."
No, they keep moving it, and
okay.
they all go. They all go up to the line and they figure out ways to, like with Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he should have been making an exorbitant amount of money, but he said no. We'll just cut some off and give it to these other guys, and that way
Mm-hmm.
it'll even it out some.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I be thinking now, for as much as these guys get paid, you think about, okay, here's the budget for the team. What is it about the quarterbacks that'd be like, all right, they gotta get 120 million? Like, what is that about?
because they are your face.
Yeah, but
They're
only
gonna
one
bring-
team a year wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the year, they all think they can win it. At the beginning of the year.
I just don't understand how you put all the eggs in, not all, but a lot of the eggs in that one basket. Cause who was RG3? Now I think he got hurt before he got a real contract, but he got hurt immediately.
Yeah.
And but people, the Washington football team put all their eggs in
Yeah, they did.
RG3.
They did.
You know what I mean?
Well, they didn't. They did, but they didn't because they got Kirk Cousins that same draft, I think.
Yeah, but were they really looking at him like that? Because I remember it was it RG3 and Russ? No, it wasn't Russ. That was way before. No, it was.
It was right around the same
Yeah,
time.
right around the same time. Remember, yeah, and so I don't know if Kirk Cousins was like they were looking at him like that, but I just remember the whole big thing with RG3, and then he got hurt, and I was just like, I hope he got paid. Or Greg Oden, you know, went number one.
Yeah.
So he did get paid, but he didn't get played.
Yeah, but you know, he had a big old head, and he was always.
That dude was 42 when he was born. Okay. Ain't no need to ask for ID. That was a full-grown man who had a small drug stint in life. Okay. I know grown black men when I see them.
Yeah. We had a guy like that at Franklin once. I mean, it was like folks would. I mean, he came into Franklin as a sophomore because we didn't have freshmen then.
Yeah.
And the seniors were like, "Whoa."
Like, hello, sir.
yeah. What? Can we get you anything? I
Yeah.
remember his name was Ernie Harris. Man, he was big old. He was a short, stocky kind of dude.
Yeah.
About 6'1".
That is not short.
Yeah, but he had that big head and that mustache that filled his whole face. Oh man, he was a scary dude, man.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. It seemed as my freshman year at high school, it seemed like the seniors were huge, and like big grown-ups. They weren't. And as soon as you cycle through and you get there, you don't feel no different.
Yeah.
But then people are looking at you, which is weird. You know what? I drove by yesterday. I was in the Central and went by Washington Middle School, and they were letting out. And I'd be looking, I'd be like, dang, they making kids small. But, because in my mind, I don't know in my mind how tall or big I was in 6th grade.
You weren't very.
It's 6 to 8, but I'm looking at these kids like, these are elementary kids, which I guess is just right above. I'm just like, these is little babies. What they doing out here? I'm trying to, back in middle school, we walking to the store, fights breaking out, all kind of things happening. These kids, I'm like, be safe. You know? I was just like, man, I don't know, it's weird. But he ain't that far off. Well, actually, I am now, 36. I'm out here. Let's see what. Okay, yeah. Speaking of getting older and all that stuff, so let's talk about the way prices have fluctuated throughout the years.
You just don't know.
I don't. That's what we finna talk about. I know my era. So let's see. I think we should talk about how much something cost when you were let's say 18. Is that a good number?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a real good number. Let's talk about gas.
Let's talk about gas, okay, wait. So, prices and stuff when you were 18, when I was 18, and then today. All right, go ahead.
I remember getting pissed at my partners because we were going to a dance in Bellevue. We had my parents' car, and we needed to get some gas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And these Negroes was fighting about giving up a quarter, 25 cents. Because you know what? Gas then for a gallon at the corner store there on Graham, Graham and Rainier was 0.25 per gallon. 25 cents a gallon, dude.
That sounds nice.
And I would go get $1 from my parents and put 50 cents worth of gas in and ride for the weekend. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, and I got 50 cents. Hey, burgers.
Yeah. No, 2 burgers.
Oh, man, dang.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gas. So at 18, so it was around 68. Around 68.
Yeah.
25 cents a gallon. But okay, so I was 18 in 2004. If I remember correctly, I got the car and I was like, oh yeah, I got my license and I was like, woo. And I did have a job. But I remember the first time I had to put gas in the car, it was $1.68. And my heart was broken. That was so expensive. Oh, I was in the van. I just like gripping with both hands like, oh, I have to spend this money. $1.68 a gallon. I didn't know. I had no idea what was to come. I mean, now in 2020, so from 68 to 2004, how many years is that? 78, 88, 98, 36 years. Dang, I'm 36. Okay. 36 years, and then from 2004 to now, 4, 14, 24, 18 years. Today's gas prices.
Oh, crazy. Real crazy.
Absolutely. Think we just filled up 2 days ago. I don't remember what the total price was, but I think the gas over where we got it was $4.39. So stupid.
Yeah, and I filled up 2 days ago, and I went to Safeway to get some Chevron and used my discount, and it was $3.75, and I did a dance around the car. I mean, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, $3.75.
I feel you. Wait, did you Cause I got. Do you use that old number from Renton still?
Yeah.
I saved. Cause I used it not too long ago, and it had something on there, and I was like, man, let me get that.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
that's what it's for. I
Okay.
mean, only.
Man, it was good. Gas is tripping, but I see in California, $6-7.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I saw Kev on stage did a video. The gas prices says $6-7. As soon as it get to 10, he flashed a video of Mary Mary. I'm walking. Be like, ain't nobody driving at $10 a gallon. No, which sucks because I do DoorDash, so I gotta have gas.
Yeah.
So that's pretty weak. Let's see what else. Cause I know like candy, a regular piece, which today cost $2.29. When I was a kid, it was 25 cents.
And when I was a kid, I think it was a penny.
Oh my gosh! Hold on.
Look.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid going to the corner store in Asheville, North Carolina, Rubens, and getting a sugar cookie, a big old sugar cookie. Now, it might not have been that big, but it was big with a hole in the middle. And I begged my mom for a whole nickel so I could get a sugar cookie, a piece of a bazooka, and 3 suckers, all for a nickel.
What? I want to go. What? I ain't never been around them prices.
Yeah, I know that. No, that's right.
I mean, I remember Bazooka Joe. I remember that was a nickel at the Bartels or wherever it was. No, it was at Johnny's. They had Bazooka Joe for a nickel. Trying to think. The movies, when I was a kid, the matinee was $3. And then a regular ticket, regular time was like $7.
Yeah. Well, I lived on the base as a kid, the Air Force Base, and it was nowhere near that price. I mean, on the matinees on Saturdays, it was like 50 cents. And then a regular movie was like 75 cents.
And now, well, actually, I ain't been to the movies, but last I checked, $14 for a ticket.
And $12 for the popcorn.
I'm telling you, man. How much was popcorn back when you was a kid?
A dime.
And how much you get?
A bag.
The bag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Popcorn is the most expensive part of the movie date. Or any of the food. But I ain't gonna lie. I be liking movie theater food, so I be buying it. Because I get the small thing of popcorn. Because, first of all, too much movie theater popcorn make my lips wrinkly.
Yeah, and it makes you that's the salt.
Yeah, and the thing, actually, movie theater popcorn does it the least amount, but I don't like popcorn because I get the little kernels in my teeth and in my gums and stuff. I can't handle that. But that they do it the least there. But I like to take the movie theater popcorn and then take some chocolate covered raisin, the Raisinets.
Yeah.
I like to mix that. I like the sweet and salty joints. That's good to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Let's see. What else? What else is like a price hike from back in the day? How much was a car back in the day?
I got my first car. Well, my second car, because my dad gave me my first car.
And my dad gave me my first car, too.
But I think it was like $500 for like a 5-year-old car or something.
Did you buy it off a lot or from somebody?
Yeah, off a lot.
Off a lot. $500. Yeah. Like, I feel like I've seen stuff, videos and stuff where in magazines it'd be like a brand new car, like top of the line, $3,500.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah. but keep in mind you ain't making that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean that $3,500 was a lot.
Yeah.
You put that joint on a 5-year plan. You pay $10 a month. End up paying $9,000 for that car.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean you're right. And that's what I hate about. I think just as time goes on is like And with the and when it, which ties into like the minimum wage thing, it's like, yeah, you can raise the minimum wage. I want you to. I want to all of the wages to be raised. But what ends up happening is people like, oh, okay, they getting paid more. That means I'm gonna charge more.
Yeah.
See, we need the prices to stay,
Yeah.
and the wages. Otherwise, it don't work.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing.
Yeah. My grandmother, Dudley, once admonished me when I came by her place over in Rainer Vista, and one day after I got off work, and she goes, "I am so disgusted with you." I said, "Huh? What?" She goes, "You know, every time you get a raise, my bread goes up a nickel." Put it in perspective. I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I ain't getting no more money."
Yeah, that's how that's how it is, and that sucks. But everybody wants their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't change that. Everybody wants their money.
Oh, you could if you was in Russia, though.
Well, shit. We'll save that for the end. I want to talk about Russia. These niggas. Okay. Anything else that really stands out as far as like price difference? Like how much was a house back in, I don't know, the 50s and 60s?
You know what? I don't really know. I think the house on Morgan Street. I don't know if you were.
I never been there.
Yeah, I think originally my dad paid like it was under $20,000 for it, but by the time it got recycled to Paulette and Doug, it was like at $100,000, and that wasn't more than 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So prices go up and up and up and up.
Yeah, because now, man, and trying to live out here in a house, you know, it's gonna run you $800,000 for 2 square feet.
Yeah.
Seattle's dumb.
Yeah. Well, they just said recently. Well, within the last week, I saw where they said the prices are gonna come down because it's too crazy out here. Seattle's actually really, really crazy.
But see, I stay out the
area.
way.
Yeah.
I'll be in the house filming podcasts.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean, as far as your real estate goes. And
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, and that man, yeah. I just drove through again. I was in the Central. You know that whole Red Apple. You know, you been over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
gone.
that's it. And they got the high rises up, and people living there, and the gyms, and the coffee shops, and all of this things going down.
Yeah.
I was like, where are they finding the people to afford this?
Yeah.
Where are these people coming from?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's crazy because our house was assessed at $250,000 like 2 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost doubled, and we ain't done. And the property around it is falling down. What the heck? What the heck is going on?
And that might be, you know, they might be looking at, okay, that stuff falling down. We could buy that at a cheaper rate, but that means if the rest sells, your property value will seemingly go up because it's like, well, if we own everything but that, they holding the ticket now. So I just made that up. I don't know anything about the housing real estate.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's.
Okay. Well, let's talk about okay, so speaking of back in the day versus today, or I guess we're just talking sticking back in the day. TV. So first of all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We were talking before this came on. He said, I just got a bunch of random things, you know, bouncing around my head to talk about. And I was like, well, like what? And he said, like TVs. And then he just stopped and looked at me. And I was like, what about them? Because then he just laughed, and I was like, I don't get it. But I think we got a place where we're going. So tell me, like, when did you first see a TV that you can remember?
In my at my grandparents, and they had one of those. I think it was a Motorola. It was on the floor, and you know, and every Saturday at 7:30. Dick Clark, not American Bandstand, but Dick Clark, he had a show would come on.
Mhm.
Then at 8 o'clock, Lawrence Welk, and the kids would sit down for Dick Clark, and the grown-ups for Lawrence Welk. That's my earliest remembrance
Okay.
of TV.
You know, I gotta be honest. I don't know if I remember like I remember summer times, but I was already. That's way too late. I don't remember watching TV as a kid. Or yes, I do. Because I remember the shows. Eureka's Castle. I was big into Nick Jr. as a small child. But I honestly don't know if I remember the very first, but I remember like the different kind of TVs that I saw as a kid that are, I guess no TVs are to be seen today. They're all flat screen. But I remember you had a handheld one.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like I didn't get it, but I got it. I was just like, who has these? Even then, I was astonished. I was like, why do you have a handheld TV? But I guess we have that now with our phones.
Yeah.
So it's ahead of the curve on that. The joints with the knobs.
Yeah.
And if the knob broke, you had to use pliers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bunny ears on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess they did technically work, but it just seemed.
You had to plug it. You had to tear.
Well, okay, and I was about to say it seemed everybody, but let's just be real. I was in the house, with him. I don't know if mom had bunny ears too, so she's guilty of this too. It just seemed like, I don't know if the bunny ears really worked. Just when the TV was fuzzy, they would just grab, not with any intent, just. There we go. Be like both of you and Bob did it. So I was like, maybe that's the way it works, or these bunny ears, they just sold them a bunch of lies. The cable will come back when it comes back. But yeah, I don't remember my first time watching TV. I mean, they were obviously more common in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think than in the 60s. Well, at your
That
grandma's
would
house,
have
how
been
old?
the 50s.
The
That would have
50s?
been the
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah. Well, there weren't. Microwaves came around in the 80s too, didn't they?
Microwaves came around, I think, in the 60s.
Did they?
Microwaves, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm old.
Everybody didn't have one.
I
but-
mean, I'm wrong.
and they thought they would give you big heads, So everybody definitely they were new.
I'm saying I wonder, how long it took people to switch over from making popcorn on the stove to putting it in the microwave.
You put it in the microwave?
See, I'm about to say, I remember making popcorn.
I made some last week.
On the stove?
On the stove. Old school.
Orville Redenbacher popcorn?
Yeah.
I can't eat it, man. My gums, man. I be wanting kettle corn, but it'd be
Kettle corn would be too sweet for me.
Really, I like the tubs, the Christmas tubs, where you get the white cheddar, the cheddar cheese, and the caramel.
Yeah.
That used to be just a go-to gift I would give Megan. I was like, it's $5 at Walmart. Merry Christmas. Okay, do you remember the first time that you had a drink with your dad?
Yep.
All right, what was that?
It's on the base in Moses Lake, and we were going to go. The kids were going to go camping out, and the adults were playing probably bid whist or pinochle. And my dad had some Hamm's beer, and I did the little commercial, refreshing Hamm's beer, and he went, "Well, you might as well try it now then." So, and I that was the first time. I mean, it wasn't a full ounce. It was just like a swallow, then another one, then I went off camping.
Nice. Wait, how old were you?
Probably around 14 or 15.
See, okay, so that's what I was thinking when I originally asked, because I was like, I feel like, have I drank with you before? Okay, so the first time that I can remember, I was 21 at this point. Um, and we went to New York. It's when we went for the HBO thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, this is cool. We had HBO. I'm a fresh 21. Me and my dad here. We got free drinks. So I remember that. But I'm trying to think if I was younger. I know I had drank, but I don't know if
Yeah,
we
you
sat down.
Yeah, I don't know if we did or not. I can't remember because the most vivid thing I remember about when you were drinking was you went to a party.
First of all,
Queen Anne.
I didn't like the way he said when I was drinking. I was when I was 14 and I went to a party.
And I went to work. You called to pick you up, and I did, up on Queen Anne Hill in Seattle. And I talked to the chaperone of the party, and he gave you glowing reviews, Oh, she.
Yeah.
And so got into the car. I went, been drinking. It's what I thought. I didn't say anything. And you just had that look on your face. And all I said was, you're going to throw up. Throw out the window. Don't throw in the car. Throw up in the car.
Throw up? I ain't no bitch. Ain't nobody throw up. It was a peer pressure filled night. Except I didn't give in to peer pressure that night, even though I was drunk. I wasn't pressured to do that. I chose it. But they was pressuring me to smoke the marijuana. Smoke? Your boy? Ask me today, yes. if you didn't, but at that point it's no. And 14 again, man, smoking was so taboo in my mind at that age. When I tell you, 14 was really the time where I started seeing stuff, because even at school, people, they would smoke weed like out of cans and stuff, and I never did it because I was just like, I don't understand, why are we smoking? I saw a girl smoke a cigarette off the campus, and I was like, I didn't snitch, but I had a little snitcher's heart. I was like, ooh, I should tell somebody. That's not, you're a kid. I was that. And then I go to this party, with friends and stuff, and they're all smoking. And I was like, no, I'm good, guys. No peer pressure here. They even offered me $1 for every hit I took. Y'all, I'm being dead ass. They was like, yo, Chris, we'll give you $1 for every hit of weed you take. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Then they tried to be like, you gonna get high, and started blowing it at me. And I had a green knit sweater vest. Okay. I had a green knit sweater vest from Eddie Bauer on. And when I tell you, I kept that vest for years into early adulthood, and it still smelled like weed all them years later. But I was like, nah, didn't give in. But I said, I do drink though. And when I say do, I had drank with first stepmom's family going snowboarding and skiing. They were all Wahite, so all they did was snowboard, ski, and drink at these things. So once the snowboard skiing was over, so I was like, I can do that, and I did it, and then yeah, I was pretty wasted.
I gotta run.
Okay. Yeah. So that's. I got drunk. That was the first time I got drunk.
Yeah.
I didn't really get drunk the other times I drank, but oh, that's not true. I had gotten buzzed before. Okay, yeah, this was 8th grade when I got in trouble. 8th grade was a troublesome year. Not troublesome, but I got in trouble. Some. I didn't even expect to do that. That was good. Yeah, I didn't get to go on our 8th grade ski trip because I got in trouble at school. And it wasn't home telling me I couldn't go. That was the school saying, nah. So me and a couple other people didn't get to go. So that whole day, none of our classes there, but we're still expected to go to every class. And the teacher was like, "Get out of my face." So they would send us to other classes. We spent a couple periods in the gym just playing basketball. But yeah, we had some alcoholic beverages that we had brought to school because we was like, ain't nobody gonna be there. So we chugged a bunch of a bunch. We had 4 of them tall cans, and there were 3 of us. So yeah, we chugged those, and then went to the gym and played basketball and stuff. Very, very, very delinquent activity. And it didn't get caught because there was nobody there. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. So, yeah, that was my. Yeah, but as far as drinking together, I think that was the first time that I can remember.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. Well, dang it, we didn't came to the end of this list, so that means we got to talk about the wall. All right. Let me just be clear and upfront, all y'all. I don't be paying attention to get all the detailed information because I have a kind of surface level understanding of the shit I don't like. And when you talk about war and all of those things, it basically comes down to people just being assholes for one reason or another.
Mainly greed.
Greed. You think you better than somebody. Whatever the situation is, you got something I want or something I think is mine, so you gotta die. Yo, that's trash to me. There's nothing beyond that. I mean, that is the root of it to me. And I don't get it. So I'm like, fuck all the politics. Fuck, he said this, she said that. Why don't everybody just sit down? Why everybody got to be messing with it? What I said earlier, it's like, to me, it's like street gang warfare, but on the highest level. It's like when I used to live over on 26th and King, and the gang that represented Ducey, they would come and they drive down our street talking about Ducey, and I'm like, bro, this is 26. Go over there. Why are you over here messing with us? And it's the same thing. It's like, bro, y'all want to be the king of y'all hill? Do that on y'all hill. Why do you feel like you have to spread out and conquer the world? Let people live.
Manifest destiny.
That's dumb. No, it's not dumb to me. But when people take it to its extreme, it's dumb to me. Because when you have to step on, I'm just going to put the broad strokes. You could be killing whatever. When you have to step on other people to get where you're going, I know that's the way of life and that's what we do. I just think it's trash.
I don't disagree with you. But, you know, for me, it's a matter of being as aggressive as possible. You know, the same stuff that's going on in Russia is the same stuff that's going on in Israel or Palestine or whatever you want to call it. It's the same stuff. Somebody says, this is mine, even though you've been there for 9,000 years, this is mine, and I want it, and I'm going to take it because it's mine. You're my brother, I'm going to kill you. And they're the same people.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I struggle with when it comes. That's why whenever the war comes up, or the war, but whenever, you know, a lot of this political stuff and the talks of war, like the Bible said, the wars and rumors of wars, it's like, you know, all this. I'm like, look, man, y'all tripping, and you could stop. You could. But don't, because that's human nature, I guess. Just go.
Yeah, don't stop
Get it.
till you get enough. Don't stop till you get enough.
Oh!
Don't stop till you get enough.
You
Don't
know what
stop.
it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we had on the docket. You got anything else you want to go into before we wrap it up?
No.
Oh.
Just go dogs.
Go dogs, as in the Husky dogs?
Yeah. Yeah, they won a game in the Pac-12 tournament. Now, if they win another game, then they'll have a chance to go further and maybe play another game.
Wait, are you talking about the basketball team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, not talking football, right? Am I really that out of touch? Okay. It was like basketball team. Okay. Okay. What's the only time I really paid attention to UW basketball was when we had Nate and
Right. And I think you are a key to support for the Husky basketball team, because the time you're talking about is when there was Seattle guys, Washington guys playing on the team.
Yes.
Not a bunch of folks from California and whatnot, maybe one or two.
Yeah.
And that's the way they're trying to get it back that way now, I think. The team now is mainly guys from here who came back to finish out their careers.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah, I was into that little stretch of time that they was here. Brandon Roy. I was like, couldn't think of my man's name.
B-Roy.
I seen him at Safeway. Well, anyway, forget it. I seen him at Safeway. Say what's up. We cool. Him and Isaiah Stanback. I saw him. Well, it's been a couple years since I seen Isaiah.
Yeah.
Played for Dallas.
Yeah.
Cowboys. And did he get traded somewhere, or was that?
I think Dallas was his last landing
Yeah.
spot. He was with the Seahawks for a while and some other folks.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wasn't paying
Yeah, he was on their practice squad.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well, yeah. Go Dogs. I agree. Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to the Huskies. I don't know how you reach out to the Huskies. Like, hey, basketball guys or girls, come on the podcast. Let's blow up the Huskies.
Yeah.
I don't be watching. All right. Okay. Well, I think, is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, we thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Like Father, Like Son. We just be sitting here talking, having conversation, just like normal people, because that's what we are, sort of.
It's sort of, we're sort of father son.
So, no, that's full. I hope, nigga. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Later.
Peace
Out.